There we.
We're living on the edge.
There we are.
Living on the edge.
Yeah, there we are.
Living on the edge.
Oh, I see. My speakers are actually. Yeah. There we go. Talk to me.
So what do you want me to talk about?
Oh, there we go. Yeah. What do I want you to talk about? I'm sure you can. I am.
Even a broken heart, Dad. Even a broken heart.
Even a broken heart. That's what duct tape's for.
Yeah.
Did he just say anal lube? Yes, he did.
Makes everything better, anal lube does.
When you just can't get to our hearts, get to the back of our throat with cherry-flavored lube for your cock.
So I made some investments and I'm hoping to win $55 million Friday night, so...
Hey, this is Skeezy, did you play the Publishers Clearinghouse? Cause I did that, I ain't heard nothing from that Ed McMahon guy.
No, Ed McMahon died, so...
Oh, no wonder, that son of a bitch. I didn't even get a farewell letter.
But I bought some lotto tickets.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I find those in the garbage all the time. I keep them.
Nah, I got a surefire plan. See, I took my electric bill money, and I waited at the store, and whenever anybody came in and bought a ticket, I bought a ticket right after them.
Oh, that's tricky. Yeah. That
And
just
then
might trick
somebody-
the algorithm thing there.
And then if somebody came in and they looked really lucky, I would buy one before them and after them.
Oh, yeah.
So,
That's very smart. Yeah, that's good stuff right there.
well, I want to win, right?
You gotta win lots of money.
Like $55 million. You know, that's a lot of shatter. That's a lot of dabs.
Yeah, I'd buy my own train, so I ain't gotta, jump on other people's trains all the time anymore, I just take my own train.
Well, if I had $55 million, I would just have my own train car. And I would just get them to hook it on their trains.
Oh, that's a good idea. Man, you're really smart. You ought to try out for that Baloney Town TV guy.
And then when I'd be like the old politicians, and I'd have big banners and stuff on my train car. So when we come into town, everybody'd be, yeah, I'd hire a band everywhere I come too, and there'd be like a big band playing.
People would be like, what the fuck is going on? Oh, it's that Angry Bong
It's
guy.
that Stone guy that won $55 million.
Every stop at every train station, a band pops out and plays music, and him and his car go on down the line.
And I just come out and wave to everybody.
Then we know who the fuck you are. Fuck you, funny as fuck.
That's that Stone guy that won
Bro, that is
$55 million.
the funniest shit I've ever fucking heard in my life, bro. Like, I don't know, it's that fucking stoner Canadian guy. He bought a fucking car. He's been traveling all over the place. We heard he even put it on a ship and traveled to Europe for a while. Yeah, you're fucking me up, bro.
Yeah, good way to go. Would be a good way to see Canada, though.
Yeah, I would imagine.
You know, like your own private car, and get dropped off on sidings and stuff when you want to stay in certain places?
I rode on the intercontinental highway thing up there when I was in like 6th, 7th grade.
What, the Alaska Highway?
It goes all the way across Canada, like, and people
Oh,
take it. People,
Trans-Canada Highway.
yeah, people take it a lot to like cut through Michigan or whatever.
Yeah, well, they call it it's like our interstate. That's all it is. It's just a highway that goes from one side of Canada to the other.
Yeah, when I was growing up in Maine, we called it the Transcontinental Highway, is how they referred to it.
Yeah, it's the Trans-Canada.
Yeah, because
104.
even in the U.S., like all of our previous to you guys, all of our main throughway roads that went east to west were never one road. You get what I'm saying? You couldn't just.
I know. Same as that.
You had to
That's why we built it.
switch. You had to switch like 2 or 3 times to get across the country.
It was the same way here. That's why they built it. Right. Like, I traveled on the Alaska Highway too. I don't know if you know if you're.
I've never been that far west, bro. As far west as I've been, like if you draw a line down through the country, would be Kansas.
The Alaska Highway was built after World War II in a response to be able to defend Alaska in case the Russians come across the Bering Strait. They built it in just a couple of years. It was a big marvel and achievement of engineering of the time because of where they built it, how quick they built it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and every mile it's marked, right? Like when you a lot of oil exploration hotels and stuff on it now, but like Pink Mountain, mile 147. That's what they tell you, mile 147 of the Alaska Highway. Goes from Dawson's Creek to Anchorage, I think. Anchorage, Alaska.
Dawson's Creek. So that's where that's located. It's in Canada? I didn't know that.
No, that's a different Dawson. It's not Dawson's, it's Dawson.
Oh. Okay.
Mile 0, the Alaska Highway.
You're the professional. I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend to know, Joe. Though this isn't the I don't know show, and I can pretend I know it all. I really don't.
And where else have I been? Yeah, it's pretty well
shit.
everywhere. Yeah.
I had to turn my fan back on.
Wow, I got a heater out of my house.
Oh my god, dude. It's like 80 something degrees here today.
Not here.
Crazy shit, bro. Like, off the hook heat, you know what I'm saying? And thankfully it's not humid, really humid. It's just hot, you know what I mean? Like the air is hot. But actually now it's cooled off quite a bit just in the last hour, so I'm kind of thankful for that. Our picture for today is a band of hooded clerics.
Awesome.
Yeah, one of each color. There's a red one, a blue one. It's like their religious sects of color. There's the red monk, the blue monk, the green monk.
They're homo monks.
They must be homo monks or something. I don't know. That they might be able to get away with something like that these days. You know, now that Pope Francis is okay with that. I do like the saint that he chose though. I would say if I had to pick a saint, Francis would be the one.
Now I have Catholics on my Facebook that think the Pope is wrong all the time.
Oh, you're not allowed to do that. Oh wait, that's about presidents. You're not allowed to judge the president. I call
I
bullshit.
sort of thought that the Pope was God's chosen representative. Like, if you're going against the Pope, you're going against the Word of God. I thought the Pope drew his inspiration from God. Isn't that what they teach?
That's what they say, yes.
So if the Pope's saying something, then he's
But
telling you
you got a small, comparatively small enclave of parishioners that follow the Pope, comparatively, which is the Catholics and the Protestants.
Protestants don't follow the Pope.
I thought the Catholics and the Protestants are the only ones that listen to the Pope.
Only the Catholics. Protestants don't like him. I think he's full of shit.
I know there's some other off-branch fucking Christian group that follow him. Is it Lutherans? Maybe it's Luther. I don't know. I know there's another sub-branch of Catholicism that branched off because Catholics didn't agree with what they wanted to be good. That's basically what those religions turned into. Oh, well, they don't agree, then we're just going to make our own religion over here. Just like them, but you can divorce your wife because she's a cunt. Like, dude, okay, I don't know. I think bonds between people, yes.
Well, that's basically what happened with the Protestants, but they couldn't say
and condoms, sex, what is it called? Sex control, sex, prophylactics. You know, condoms are forbidden in the Catholic Church. Any kind of birth control. Because, of course, you know, they want more parishioners. So if you don't cap your willy or you can't withhold your temptations, then they'll have a large, you know, parish. Which, you know, you can see the preservation there for the Catholics. They're like, no condoms, you guys follow us. The number is decreasing, we need more. And it's been that way forever. Okay. I don't know. I don't know about the Lutherans either. I thought there was other subgroups that followed the Pope too. I could be wrong. Don't know. I got a buddy that's elusively chasing Bigfoot.
Chasing Bigfoot?
Yeah, all things Sasquatch. If you look it up on Facebook, he's always tracking down like local Bigfoot sign and stuff like that.
He's from Springfield, right?
Yeah.
I've got that guy.
Yeah, Mark M. Beast. He also does a bunch of like digital art. He'll take pictures and morph them and shit. It's pretty good stuff. He's got an art page too.
Yeah, he does a lot of Sasquatch stuff.
Yeah, he likes the Sasquatch. I went over to his place the other day, and his room, the area that he lives in, is in the basement. When you go down in there, it's like a freaking witch doctor's den, dude. It's just like all these skeletons and bones and deer jaws and all this shit all glued together and like painted and looking all fucking amazing and shit. Runes painted on them, and like it goes all along his wall and his ceiling, and he's got all this eclectic shit hanging everywhere. Marilyn Monroe paraphernalia, and dude, just all kinds of craziness in there. He's got shit all hanging in the ceilings. I was like, dude, this is fucking trippy as fuck. And then when you go, he like showed me where he sleeps, and it's all these flags, like from all the fuck over, dude. and they drape around like a canopy where his bed is, and he can just close the curtains at night. I'm like, dude, that's pretty sick. You're like living in a little den under here.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, wow. I haven't shared the show except for on my wall. I'm slacking, man. I'm actually in the middle of building that counter. I finally got the top assembled, and I shortened the wall that it's going to be mounted to. I did that today.
Cool.
Getting shit done, man. You know?
All I did all day was smoke dope and sleep.
I do that sometimes.
Yeah, I do it too much in the winter.
You do it too much.
In the wintertime, I do.
In the sweet winter time. I'm gonna draw a better picture of you and me. You saw my little bitmap banner of us, right?
No, I never.
Oh, if you go over to our Spreaker wall.
Oh, that's right too. I keep forgetting we have that. I get too many fucking Facebook accounts.
Oh yeah, I know. It's because you're a super ninja, man.
I'm all over the place all the time.
If you look, it says "Feel the Power" and it's Nabz huffing in the smoke from an Angry Bong.
There you go. Where can I find that?
Just go to the wall.
There we are on the edge. Come on, load, you fucker.
Dude, you know, I've searched our shit and it won't even fucking pop up for me, dude. Like, and it's my show. You know what I mean? Like, I search it and it won't pop
There you
up.
go. Cool.
Dude, it's like they're hiding us, you know? You know they are. They hate us. They hate both of us, dude. Because, you know, we're creative and we stir in the mud and they don't like that. Makes them look bad. But you see it, feel the power, and the power is like Nabz huffing the smoke from Angry Bong.
That's pretty cool. That's cool.
For such a simple, like, bitmap drawing, dude, I just did that in Paint, you know? It took me, like, 3 seconds. I was like, this is how I feel when I hang out with Angry Bong.
That make you feel full.
Make me feel alive, bro. Alive with some bullshit and some tomfoolery. Yeah, man, so what's our latest news events? Okay, check this out. So, speaking of which, M-Beast, right? Yesterday, he posts this fucking thing from this Freemason investigator, right?
Yep.
And, did you see that video?
No.
Oh, dude. I watched the video. And you remember that Steve Stevens? That used to be my pen name, right? I fucking abandoned that pen name like 3 years ago. Because I did research and there was another author that was already using it. So I abandoned it and just like used my artist drawing cartoon pen name for everything, you know. So I switched to Ravenfeller, but it's odd. This guy, his name was Steve Stevens, right? Which is my old pen name. And then he was claiming 13 murders when there was only a documentation of 1. And when we were following up on it, there was one eyewitness thing from his alleged kids, the victim's alleged kids, who are all in their like late 30s, 40s, or whatever. And then like 2 days later, there's this testimony from a chick claiming these are his kids, which are these young ass little kids, like 8 and 9 years old. This guy was 70 something. And the baby mama is like fucking 26, maybe, you know? And I'm like, what the fuck? None of this shit adds up at all. So, the next thing I know, I'm seeing this post from M-Beast, and I'm checking it out, and he's like, the truth about, and I click it, and it's this Freemason conspiracy guy. And he's like, check this out. 333, here's the 33, the 666, and he's like pointing out all this Steve Stevens shit, and I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, yeah, this is a crisis actor, we've seen him in other shit, and he's pointing out actors that I haven't seen before, and I'm like, holy crap, like this was all a stage coup, you know? And then he goes on from that right to that Israel thing of those escaping loyalists from Syria that got blown up yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
He goes right to that and starts talking about that and showing shit in there too. And I'm like, holy fuck. Like, there's all this shit that can be questioned as part of this fucking, like, scare tactics and shit. It was just weird, dude. So, like, basically, from what that video was telling me, everything we've heard in the last month that is a massive tragedy, including the gassing of those Syrian people, was all bullshit.
But the Steve Stevens thing, the only thing unique about Steve Stevens' case is that he did it on Facebook Live. Like, there's all kinds of guys just about every day across the United States
That are murdering people.
that go after their exes and kill them, or kill their family or something. That shit goes on every day.
Right.
Every day.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So this is the only thing
Because
about
people
this that
be
makes
stupid because pussy is free, bro. Don't be tripping on one pussy is my thought.
But you know,
Don't make
unstable-
yourself a statistic over something you can get around the corner.
unstable people, you know, when put in situations, do unstable things, right? Like, I'm not sticking up for the guy. I think he was a piece of shit.
Right.
And as far as
But they're
stuff
saying that it's all staged to, like, do gun takes and gun grabs and shit.
Listen, I've been fucking listening to gun grab bullshit. When was the last time they took anybody's guns? Every time this shit comes up, the gun side says it's all just for a gun grab. They're coming to get our guns. But when does anybody come for the guns?
Well, they did it during the Boston bombing bullshit that they claimed that the fucking Secret Service and shit was involved with. They went house to house in Boston and fucking invaded people's privacy and shit for, like, that was unheard of in Boston history. Door-to-door searches and shit. It was all over the internet.
Yeah, they're on a manhunt looking for the guy in the backyard. They went to houses where he had ties.
Yeah, but no, they raided other people during that. They used it as an excuse to go into other places that they had no warrants for. So basically, pick a really bad neighborhood and you want to fucking invade it, and you just create a scene, and then you have an excuse to invoke martial law, and you can go in there without warrants on 20 houses instead of one.
So, what you're saying to me is that the government set a bomb off at the Boston Marathon, maimed a bunch of citizens and stuff, and killed people just so they could do illegal searches of a bad neighborhood?
Yeah.
Why would they have to go to sex lengths to pull something like that off?
So that it could be legitimized.
They could easily trump something up even smaller to do the same thing in the neighborhood. They wouldn't have to go to such an elaborate length to do that.
Well, they were pushing for more, and it didn't happen, which was more gun legislation.
I don't know, Nabz.
That was the gun legislation shit that was going on at the time.
That's a pretty weak soup you're ladling out there.
No, there were gun legislations going through in the Boston local municipalities and shit when that shit went down.
But if anything,
That was a test run for a bigger operation.
if anything, that would make more people want to have guns.
Yeah, exactly, and it did, actually. It's had the reverse effect every time they've done that shit. Which is fucking crazy. You would think they would have figured that out by now.
Let's be realistic. So who's it more realistic that's behind it then? The people that keep doing the same thing every time and not getting the results they want, or the people that keep getting what they want? If you're gonna buy into that conspiracy, it seems more like the gun people would be behind it than the anti-gun people. Like, the anti-gun people aren't morons. They're not a bird trying to fly through the window. They're not going to keep trying the same thing over and over and over and over, hoping for a different result. Now, come on. So, if it is true, it's the gun people that are behind it.
Oh, dude, you just gave me a moment of clarity. So, if the gun people aren't getting sales, they could create a shit like that, and it would be well worth it.
Yeah.
It'd be well worth it to kill 5 or 6 fucking people. So that
In order for it to be the opposite, it would mean that everybody that's anti-gun is a moron.
to sell guns, yeah. Oh, gun sales are going down. Okay, well, yeah, but
So
like what he's saying, it makes sense because every time that one of these events happens, gun sales triple.
Well, and I think that there might be
And
a
that's
tie
success.
to it, but,
That is a successful.
But I also think that a lot of these, like with the Boston thing, was a training exercise.
Do you not think that
larger scale
there
event.
are shady fucking bug people out there that bring roaches and shit into neighborhoods?
I'm not arguing any of
Okay,
that.
so
I am simply
does it pay off? Yes, it
I am
does.
simply
I think
stating
Angry Bong's got a point.
that I am simply stating that situations like the Boston bombing,
You see
where
where I
they
get
lock-
this shit from,
where
right?
they lock down the whole neighborhood.
You make more sense, Angry Bong. I'm just saying.
that is the government practicing.
They're successfully selling more guns.
But it's
I
also
think it's
the
them.
But it's also the government. Well, and it's the guys.
Motive.
But it's also the guys that are in the government that have stock and fucking all that finance in the gun company. So it still boils down to the government and the fact that they are doing these smaller scale searches and shit like that in preparation for when we go into martial law, when we go into World War III, which looks pretty inevitable at this point. It's all a preparation for something bigger. Every time they do something like this is like an exercise, except for actual people die. And somebody's making a
Because
profit.
just as in the military code, the death of one for the many.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
whether they know they're dying or not. I could see that level too, but I don't know, man. I don't see. She sees the country going down into that kind of breakdown. I don't see that happening here. Not now.
You know why the American citizens, there's guns are the way they are in your country?
Because of American citizens.
No, it's if the government didn't want you to have them, you wouldn't have them. They just passed laws long ago and took them from you. It's when anybody looks at America as an invasion.
They go, fuck that. They all have guns.
If somehow you manage to get by the Navy and the Air Force and you land on the beaches and you do occupy the country, it would be the most heavily armed, trained insurgent force ever in the history of the world. Right? Because so many of your population have done like 3 years military service, vets and stuff, and the amount of guns in there, it just makes it impossible to occupy the country. You'd never be able to occupy the United States as a foreign army, never, under any circumstances ever. It would be a nightmare. Like, be worse than Iraq or Afghanistan ever thought of being. Right? So. It's the silent army, is what it is. It's the untrained force. Because at the end of the day, compared to everywhere else in the world, North America has everything that you need to survive. We have farmland, we have fresh water, we have timber, we have oil, we have everything. And we have geography. We're the only place on the planet that's like that, right? And we're the jewel. Like places like China and all them IS, like we have space. Like all them places in Asia are running out of room. Like the livable space in a lot of European countries, they're out of room. Right? We've got more space than we know what to do with here.
It's true.
The Chinese are taking Canada over without firing a shot. They're buying it up like crazy.
Seems happening here though.
Well, because in a capitalist society, free market society, you go where the money is. Right? This is the problem they have is the Republicans are all for free market and capitalism.
But they don't want the foreigners here.
Yeah, but they want regulations to protect them. They don't want regulations to protect the workers, but they want regulations to protect the businessmen from other businessmen. And it's America first when you're talking about the billionaire. It's every man for himself when you're talking about the worker.
Right.
Right. So, if the American businessman is so much better than the Chinese businessman, why does he need protection from him? Right? So that tells me that if you're going to protect your economy like that, then your economy's fragile anyway, and it's doomed to fail. Right? If you got to protect yourself from foreign investment, then you're doomed to fail anyway. It's only as strong as your government.
If your government's grabbing their ankles, you're fucked.
I trust the government more. I gotta be quite honest. I trust the government more than I trust the public.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people in the public are idiots. Right? Like, at least.
And they're put in charge of shit. That's the fucking shocker. Like, the world's full of idiots, and they're in charge of shit.
Yeah.
Instead of taking the smartest people, they take the dumbest people so that the owners can do crooked shit and it don't get detected.
Like, the whole system is doomed to be run by assholes. In the civil service, like police officers. The role of being a police officer attracts certain personalities. It attracts the guy that wants to do good and change the world, the same as it attracts the guy that is a bit of an asshole and he wants to be a bully. Right? So,
Yep.
you can't. It bothers me when the same thing goes for soldiers. Just because somebody puts a uniform on doesn't automatically make them a good person.
No.
Doesn't mean they're of good moral fiber and they stand for everything that's righteous. Right?
True.
And to even imply such things is ludicrous to me, right?
Me too.
But that is what they sort of try to sink into our head about cops and firemen and veterans, you know what I mean? You know, and you gotta
Because if you
acknowledge-
don't place them on a pedestal above you, then you're not going to obey them.
Well, you got to acknowledge what they do is dangerous, but it doesn't mean that they're a good person when they're, you know. It just means that they chose to do that profession.
Right.
Like I said this to Bobby the other day. Like, if you're a highway flagger on the side of the road, right, you're putting yourself at risk to keep other people safe, and you're getting minimum wage. Flaggers die every day at work. Get hit by cars just about every day in North America.
Right.
You know what I mean? Nobody calls them a hero. They actually get laughed at and cursed at when people fucking drive by them. Like it's all their fault. But are they not putting themselves at risk for other people to be safer?
Exactly, I get you.
There's a lot of people out there that do pretty menial jobs that put themselves at risk that don't get any recognition. So, you know, nobody tells anybody they got to be a police officer. Nobody tells anybody they got to be a soldier, right? Like, so, I appreciate what they do, but, you know, I'm not going to suck your dick the rest of your life because fucking you chose to do it. Right?
I agree. What are you doing tonight?
Who, me?
Yeah, what's on TV?
I got hockey to watch.
Hockey. Who's playing, bloke?
The Toronto Maple Leafs and the Washington Capitals first game.
Ah.
I got a buddy coming over here in a bit.
Nice. Nice. You want some ice cream? The ice cream truck just drove by.
I hear that going by.
Yeah. It's gone now.
There's no ice cream trucks where I live.
Ain't no fat kid catching that fucking ice cream truck. I'm just telling you.
There ain't no ice cream trucks where I live in April.
That son of a bitch is gone, bro. It's already gone. It's around the corner.
Bad time of year to be looking for ice cream in Nova Scotia. Although they make this ice cream now, it's called sea salt and caramel chunks.
Mmm. Okay.
I love it. I love it. It's so good.
Sea salt and caramel chunks.
I would like it if it was. It's got big, like little mini caramels in it,
Uh huh.
and then there's like a caramel ripple. I would like it better if it didn't have the mini caramels in it. It just had the ripple and the sea salt ice cream like.
Right to him. Is it Ben and Jerry's?
No, I don't buy that fucking overpriced stuff.
It is overpriced.
Ben and Jerry's and Haagen-Dazs ice cream, man, it's good, but it's too fucking expensive.
It's because it's
Ice
all
cream's expensive
natural.
to begin with.
Yeah.
I
True.
do buy those Haagen-Dazs bars once in a while, though.
I used to make them when I was a kid, make my own ice cream. That was fun.
Well, you can buy ice cream makers now. It's pretty easy to make your own ice cream now. It's not like it was when we were kids. You had to hand crank it and shit.
Yeah, that's what I had. The old hand crank wooden barrel thing. Wooden barrel with a hand crank.
The trick to ice cream is to make it really smooth. It's got to be made. You got to freeze it really slow. And the smaller the ice crystals, the smoother it is. So. And good ice cream has less air whipped into it, like expensive stuff like Ben and Jerry's and that. Another reason it's more expensive is it doesn't have as much air whipped into it. It's actual ice cream. Like when you go to the grocery store and buy the generic store brand and you get it for $2.
Yeah, and then when it freezes, it's like porous looking. You're like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because
Or-
they put so much air in it.
You put it in your bowl and it almost melts instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's because it's got a bunch of air whipped in it. Same thing as butter and stuff. So you got to look at your net weights when you're buying things if you know you're getting a deal or not. You can't go by container size.
Ah. Interesting. We're at 5 minutes, 51 seconds of On the Edge with Angry
Living on
Bong.
the edge.
So me and Bobby got a new show now.
Living on the edge.
The relative of it.
Yeah.
Living on the
We are on the board in 3 days. She's got a really sweet voice. We did a show today. It was sprung on me all of a sudden.
Oh, wow.
It worked out really good, and we're going to start reading advice letters again. So, you know me, looking to save the world.
One soul at a time.
One soul at a time, that's right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, I just got tons of art projects going on. Saturday, I don't know, show. The 29th, I've got Sirens coming back on air. They'll be on the I Don't Know show. They got a new song out. Very cool. It's toolish with metal. It's something unique. So check that out. It's Sirens, but it's actually spelled Serenes, which is like SEIRINES. Yeah, something like that. SEIRINES. When I first met them, I thought it was Serenes, be it like a Spanish or some Serenes. But no, they're like, no, it's actually Sirens. So it's the old traditional spelling of sirens, I guess. One of the old ways. But yeah, pretty interesting music.
Sounds like.
Yeah, madness in the air, man. Country's in flux. Things are changing, with or without us.
Yeah. Things are always changing, man.
It's part of the evolution, you know. You gotta be under stress to evolve, you know. Sad but true. You don't change if shit's comfortable.
True.
If shit's comfortable, you just
True.
sit on your couch and eat your goddamn potato chips.
That is true.
Well, have fun watching your games, man. Enjoy the following week.
Yeah, sorry for cutting you short this week, Nabz, but it's NHL playoff time, bud.
Oh, it's all good. I've got High as Fuck by Tombstone Doc we can fade out with.
Right on.
You guys try to catch us next week if we're here. If we're not, well, too bad. Catch us the next week. And catch my show on Saturday. When's your show? You got other shows. You got another
we
one.
do it. I'm always on.
He's always on. Trolling. Go trolling. Tell him I sent you.
Yep. Get a bite or two.
Buy here, pay here. With Angry Bong. It's High as Fuck. Tombstone Doc rapping out on the edge.
Smoke my life away.
We're out.
Switches sweets on deck, you know I keep a loud pack. Hood rats want more cheese. Well, bitch, I'm just a mousetrap. I paper chase all day and pray I never come back. And all I see is green, bitch. It's like I'm wearing contacts. Now break up that whole OZ and stuff that in them stogies. It's no sleep. Get high as that eagle pussy. Nosebleed. I'ma smoke my life away. That OG that blow trees in my bitch. Wet my blunts with her pussy lips. That's so sweet. Yeah, we got the goods. We got the blood. All my niggas get high as fuck. Yeah, it's in the earth. All my niggas get high as fuck. Smoke my life away. All my niggas get high as fuck. We got the goods. We got the goods. We got the blood. We got the blood. All my niggas get high as fuck. It's in the earth. All my niggas get high as fuck. Smoke my life away. All my niggas get high as fuck. I stepped up in the club. Bling, bling, push my hoodie back. I'm similar to Tweety Bird, looking for that booty tag. Wolfpack in the back of the club, blowing goodie sacks. Fuck the VIP, you can catch us where the hood Let's go. Blaze one when we wake up, never ask a bitch for C-Bell 4. I got 12 strokes, and bitch, I stay on point just like an elbow. I'm a light nigga with heavyweight, don't ask me what they sell for. My blunts is like fire alarms, loud as fuck. You smell smoke? We got the goods. We got the blood. Turn up. All my niggas get high.